What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we're going to be going over patch 15.3 because, honestly, like this is going to be me going through it and reacting to it. I literally have not looked at the patch yet, and this patch is out now in some parts of the world, going to be out tomorrow morning. I am also, just to be honest, I'm probably going to have to play on this patch. I thought I was safe to sit for Paris snaps, but like the ranks are dropping quickly. I'm already rank 190, and you need to be top 250 to be challenger, so I'm probably going to be queuing up some games on this patch over the next couple of days as well. I mean, I probably need to climb like 30 LP or something, so it's not a big deal, but it's also... if I go 8th, I'm gonna smash in my monitor. Any case, let's hop into the patch here. You can rotating chop. Wow, blah blah blah. Who cares? Okay. And let me get this full screen just and let me zoom in so it's a little bit easier for you guys to read. That's as big as I can make it. Okay. There were a couple of power-ups that were weird where they would like show up with a weight of 0. So if you guys ever saw this mana rush one on Jarvan and Zyra, this is the one that would cause them to cast right at the start of combat. I saw this, I think I've seen this once on Jarvan. It's like very weird. So they're making it so that these will actually show up just quite rarely. So be on the lookout for mana rush. I mean, having your Jarvan cast instantly is really, really nice in a comp like Sorks or something like that. Or, you know, having a Zyra cast give your whole team AS is nice. Max speed's an interesting one. Gain 10% AS and permanently gain 1.5 every 3 takedowns. Kind of similar to a like an over 9,000. It's kind of like a scaling one. It sounds pretty good on someone like Kai'Sa, where you already get the scaling AD and then you get the scaling AS, you know, kind of like almost better over 9K or something like that. Worse in some ways, but better in other ways. I like this change a lot. This prismatic orb that you could get was 55 gold. I had a horrible game where I was playing crew. I had all the gold I could ever need to hit everything, and then I cashed out I got a prismatic orb that was 55 gold, and you just lose the game on the spot. If you cannot use the 55 gold from prismatic orb, the 55 gold one, then you just lose. You're so much like compare. I got prismatic orb. Somebody else got like, you know, radiant refactor or something, or 2 Ornn items or something. So they're changing this to 10 gold plus radiant light, lucky item chest. I like that. Buffing up 4 stars. Oh, okay. All 4 star? Oh, wait, no, they're nerfing 4 stars. Okay, I was like, what? Yeah, they're nerfing 4 stars. Okay, I think this is good with stuff like Protagonist in the game. Like, you get to a 4-star Garen, you are winning the lobby so frequently. So I think this is a good nerf to just, yeah, make it not as consistent to just straight up win the game with a 4-star. Ooh. The brief lockout timer an army pops up prevent misclicking has been slightly reduced so you can complete your actions faster and truly flex. Save time for armies has been reduced for some armies, including Power Snacks, Crystal Gambit, Lee Sin. Yes, man. Yes. Oh my god, this is so good. Have you ever tried to do like a crazy pivot and you put a Lee Sin in and the army comes up and it takes like 2 seconds and then you click it and then it takes another 2 seconds and then it goes away? Like, oh, this is such a good change. And then Power Snacks as well as one that like, it really just messes up your APM if you have to click through the Power Snacks one. So I think this is a fantastic change. All right, large trait changes. Honestly, I don't care about the explanation that much. So let's just look through them. Crystal Gambit, stage 3 buff, absolutely necessary. Honestly, I mean, you're getting an extra 2 per loss. So, you know, if you 5 loss stage 2, you're getting an extra 10. I mean, this will, because like normally if you're 9 lossing with Crystal Gambit, you're getting pretty easily to like the lower 200 caches. So, you know, like you're usually getting to like 210, right? When you 9 loss, which seems low, honestly, for a 9 loss. This isn't really like, you're usually about like 210, 220, like maybe 230. You know, an extra 10 for 5 loss is really not gonna get you to 250 easily, but you know, it'll make you more consistent to get to 210, make you get to 250 maybe under circumstances where you lose more fights. You know, you get it in a little bit later, so you get more of those losses during stage 4. So I don't, I mean, I think this is a good change. I think they probably even have gone to 14, but whatever. 7 nerf, absolutely necessary. I don't know why they didn't do this last patch, but a 7 nerf 30% to 20%. It's a big nerf. This puts 7 in more of the realm of like, you know, if you get a Crystal Gambit, you know, like Wandering Golem or something like that, doesn't mean you will 100% every single time play 7, which is probably a good change. This still, I mean, 20% damage amp and all the extra HP that you get it's still a lot of stats. You're still going to play for it, but it just makes it a little bit less consistent, which is important. So I think this is a very good change. This is not a nerf at all to the 5 cash outs, which is really what fuels your ability to win games with 7 Crystal Gambit. It just makes you a little bit less stable on 7, which I think is a perfect change. Mighty Mech 3 HP scaling is being nerfed nerfed, right? And then the combination core healing 10% of champion damage 12%. Let me read what they're saying about this. They're basically nerfing 3 mech, right? Lowering the late game scaling for Mighty Mech 3 and reducing the healing it receives to get back on the frontline power. Yeah, okay, so it's just a straight up nerf to 3 mech. I mean, this is basically like a nerf to like Sorks, which is like the main comp that's playing this right now. Don't really think Sorks needed a nerf in that way, but maybe there's buffs somewhere else in the patch. Lucha, 4 Lucha nerf and even 2 Lucha nerf is absolutely necessary. This trait is just disgusting when you get to 4, so I like this. Lucha no longer cleanses dot effects upon triggering. This is really big, though. I did. Let me pull up something that was said in a Discord because someone asked about this actually specifically. Yes. Okay. So now, because someone asked if 4 Luchador will now not cleanse like a burn. You know, if you get if your Volibear gets Morello'd, will it not lose that anti-heal? And it will still cleanse the anti-heal, but it won't cleanse the damage, is how this is going to work. This is particularly important for stuff like Malzahar. You know, it won't cleanse that Malzahar effect. So I don't think this is the biggest change, but it will mean that they take a little bit of extra damage. Just another nerf to Lucha. I hope they pull power back into somebody like Volibear, just because after the nerfs to Voli last patch, the comp was quite hard to play now, and they're nerfing it really, really hard. So yeah, I hope someone like Volibear is getting some buffs. Master Trainer XP stage bonus slightly increased. Okay, so they set up here. You will hit level 30 1 to 2 rounds faster, making even a stage 3 on Lulu viable. I mean, that's cool. I do think it is kind of a fail that you're never playing around Monster Trainer unless you get a Lulu 2-1. Like, I do think that is not very good. Oh my god, look at this kitty. Can I move my? Look at her. Look at her all loafed up on the little bed. Oh, look at her. Look how cute she is. I can't really leave my camera like this very easily, but I had to show that. She's looking so cute right there. She's looking right at me. Star Guardian Ari bonus mana, 3 mana over 2 seconds, 5 mana over 2 seconds. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a huge nerf to the Ari bonus, or a huge buff to the Ari bonus. That's really nice. Star Guardians, I think, is already in a good spot. I'm sure they're nerfing Rising Chaos Syndra, so I think this is probably good compensation buff. Wraith proc, a little bit buffed. Yeah, I mean, you were never excited about playing Vertical Wraith, so I like this. All right. Neferi Shield being nerfed, good. Neferi is just a very disgusting early game unit. The only thing that kind of holds Neferi back is Soul Fighter not being in meta, really. I think if Soul Fighter was in meta, you would see more really, really gross early games played around this unit, but because you really need the +1 to play into Soul Fighter, this unit is kind of in a weird spot. So I'd be happy to see this being nerfed, as long as we're seeing buffs to Soul Fighter outside of this. Syndra nerf, absolutely necessary. I mean, it must be Rising Chaos nerf as well, because that's really the carry of Syndra, but she is also just kind of a little bit overtuned even without Rising Chaos. If you ever have like a Midas Touch on Syndra, even like a Heart of Gold sometimes, you know, Syndra 2 and like 2-star frontline you can streak with. So I think this is a good nerf. 2 costs, a long wall of text, but basically Mundo, chunky nerfs, man. Wow, 60 HP at 1 star. That's a 20% nerf. Wow, it's like a 20% nerf across the board. That is huge, man. Oh my god. I mean, this unit was he was a 2-star 4-cost at 2-star if you had Luchador in. So I do think this is a good change, but Jesus, like, this almost makes me think you're not going to want to click on this unit anymore. So we'll see what the change is in actuality. GP getting buffed up back a little bit because this unit does kind of suck nowadays. So hopefully you're excited more to click on GP, but they're nerfing the gold chance. I think this is perfect. He does feel like quite a weak early game unit to play around. You're not excited to see GP anymore, but you're still playing for the gold gen. So I think this is perfect. Jin's 4th shot will redirect if the target dies while mid-fight. Mid-flight. Okay. Oh yeah, the auto is mid-flight. I think this is a good change. You know, usually you're playing Artistic KO with him, and I think that that actually might cause it to fizzle completely, but it's a good small buff to Jin. I mean, makes Jin reroll a little bit more viable. I like it. Kobuko, his shield is being nerfed. His AP ratio, or his HP ratio on his slam is being nerfed, and his secondary HP ratio is being nerfed. So it's just Kobuko nerfs across the board. This is, I believe, a compensation nerf for Mentor, because I think for Mentor is getting buffed outside of this. I'm pretty sure when people played, because a lot of the pro players who are playing in like the cups and things like this have been playing scrims on PBE. I think for Mentor is overperforming really, really hard in those, and so this is trying to nerf at that. Which I mean, I think this is good to get that comp to be a little bit more reasonable. And then Xayah buffs, good. I think this unit kind of sucks. I'm not excited to play Xayah reroll. I have heard tale of Xayah Rakan reroll with their power up. What is it? Star Duo? No, it's called something where you want to play Xayah and Rakan both on your board. And so maybe a buff to that makes Xayah reroll actually like more viable. I'm excited for that. All right. Caitlyn, medium nerfs, honestly. Oh, and the bouncing bullet damage nerf is okay. This is a decent, like quite decent Caitlyn nerf. Once again, I mean, if you think about this in terms of percentages, you know, a 20 nerf on 350 is like, I don't know, not that much actually. It's like 5%, something like that. A little bit more than 5%, like 6 or 7%. And then, you know, they're carrying this basically across the board, about a 5% nerf, a little bit like 6% nerf on her primary target damage, and then, you know, almost like a 10% nerf, more than a 10% nerf on this secondary target damage, at least at 1 star, and then a little bit less. Okay, it's just like 10, 10. Ooh, and then, wait, this is kind of weird, right? They nerfed it 10 here, 15 here, and then 35 here. Is that how numbers work? Maybe that's how numbers work. In any case, I mean, the Caitlyn unit needed to be nerfed. I believe they're also nerfing Silvermere Dawn. I don't think this will take the comp out of the meta, just because very often mid-game Caitlyn is just like one-tapping people. But this will nerf your cap a decent bit and nerf the unit that stabilizes you a little bit. No, you probably don't need to give compensation buffs to this comp. This comp is broken, so I think this is fine. No nerfs to Jace, which I think is good, because Jace is kind of carried by Caitlyn in this comp and by artifacts, so I think this is good. Senna buffs. Oh, Senna chunky, but oh my god, it's a big buff for Senna. Okay, oh my god. Once again, I mean, 90, it's literally more than a 10% buff at 3 star. Wow. Yeah, it's a huge buff, but I think necessary. The Senna unit feels horrible to itemize right now. You're not excited to play around Senna 3 whatsoever. I think this is part of why this Mentor comp is a little bit more played. Oh, and then we can also talk about this, where Yasuo is being buffed as well. So this is why is AP scaling nerfed actually a little bit. Yeah, but it's just the AD scaling that is being buffed, and then the slash damage is actually being nerfed here. Let me read what they're saying about Yasuo, actually. Oh, I see. So they're buffing his base form and then nerfing his mentor form. I think that's actually really smart. A lot of these mentor units I feel like are very tied to playing for mentor, and so buffing up the kind of base version, then nerfing the mentor version is really smart. That's a very good change, honestly. And then Smolder, slight nerf. I really think Smolder's perfect right now. I guess they're buffing up the scaling for Monster Trainer, so Smolder doesn't need a compensation nerf. Okay, I think that's good. Because I really don't think... I hope this is power neutral for Smolder, because I think Smolder is literally just like the perfect 3 cost right now. Like, not too strong, can win games if you hit everything, and you know, it's a scaling trait. You know, you should be winning games if you get to, you know, stage 6 and you have a Smolder that's scaled up the entire game. You know, Smolder 3 plus like Nico 3, something like that. So I think this is probably correct. All right, 4 costs, meat and potatoes here. Big buff to Jinx's ability damage. And we're already buffing Star Guardian already. Surely we're nerfing Rising Chaos. So maybe with the nerf to Rising Chaos, it's you know, flat. I do, unless there's a compensation nerf to Star Guardian somewhere else, I do think this probably puts Star Guardian over the line a little bit. Karma, really? It's a really chunky Karma nerf, it feels like, for a comp that's also already getting nerfed with the mech nerf as well. I was thinking this comp kind of needed compensation slight buff. Karma feels worse than Yuumi right now, and I guess Yuumi's true damage, 32% of base damage, 30%, 2% of your base damage being converted from true damage now. I mean, I think this is a miss, in my opinion. I will not be playing Sorks after the patch, it looks like. Just because I feel like this comp was already worse. I think this was already kind of the second tier AP line, and it got hit harder than the stronger AP line. So this is strange to me. Rise Mentor buff. Where do they say here why they're buffing Rise Mentor? But I mean, it's a decent buff to Rise Mentor. So this is what's also the that's why people on PB are bringing playing more Mentor, which I'm fine with this being a viable line. I like there being more viable AP lines, and I think all the nerfs and buffs together for Mentor probably put it at a reasonable line. I don't think it'll be like completely disgusting after the patch. All right, Samira was previously not getting her double Omnivamp during her ability. Oh, so she's more survivable, and for that they're nerfing her damage pretty significantly. Really? I don't like this either. I don't think in a lot of fights Samira's issue is her survivability. In a lot of fights, this buff is going to do nothing because she was not the first unit to die anyway. Sometimes she does die when she dumps in. So like this is a real buff, but I think it's only a real buff in about 20% of fights when Samira's like actually being chunked out and needs to heal up. But this buff will be or this nerf will obviously be a nerf in all fights. So once again, I feel like I'm gonna stay away from Soul Fighter after this patch. I already kind of was, and I think you nerf Nefiri. I think this is a net nerf onto Samira, like a pretty significant net nerf, because this is a big nerf as well on the cast damage, like 420 to 345. I mean, once again, 10% is 42 here, and you're nerfing it by 80 almost. So this is like a 20% nerf on the cast damage. Seems insane to me. And then similarly here, 15 out of 135. I don't understand this. I feel like this needs to be slightly buffed up, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, this seems wrong to me. So immediate takeaways is I will not play Sorks and I will not play Samira. We'll see. All right. Lee Sin Executioner buff. Cool. I mean, this is not played very much, so I like it. Lee Sin Jug Mana buffed. But they're nerfing his damage. Okay, I was about to say, why are we buffing Juggernaut Lee Sin? It's like the best version. I guess Duelist Lee Sin is also quite solid, but yeah, okay. Slight. I mean, pretty decent nerf actually to his. Why do they not have a 3-star? Whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. But I think this is fine if you're gonna buff his mana slightly. Seraphine buff, okay, on her damage. I like it. Yone buff, absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. This Yone unit is a piece of trash, man. So honestly, I mean, it's an extra 0.5 AS per every single auto. This is a pretty significant buff. And then on top of this, on-hit magic damage. So it's probably like I think you don't have to go much further than this. But I think this is absolutely necessary. Seraphine buff is another Star Guardian buff. Buffed Ari's Star Guardian, buffed Jinx, buffed Seraphine. I mean, they have to like take Rising Cast out of the game at this point for that comp to be reasonable. Rage Blade, blah, blah, blah. Aim for the top. Your first win grants a component. Oh, that's a big buff. I will be taking this a lot now. This sounds broken now. Am I on what? Compare. Okay. So aim for the top and I'm trying to think of the name of the other one. The one where every 5 like you get the 2 and then every 5 wins you get another one. Because right now this is every 3 wins gain a component. When you lose you gain 2 XP, and then now it's 1 win and you already gain a component. Oh, it's Prize Fighter is the one I'm thinking of. I mean, to be fair, Prize Fighter gives you 2 at the start. Like that's a big difference. But if you win your first fight, which you can just scout your matchups and see, like, is it reasonable to win your first fight? Then you are halfway to Prize Fighter after 1 win. And then once you get to 3 wins, you're already almost at Prize Fighter. And then once you get to 6 wins, Prize Fighter would have given you 1 component at that point, and you're at, or it would give you 3 total, then it would give you 3 total here. But this also has the upside of when you lose a fight, you gain 2 XP. Now, the downside is you have to fight stronger players. I will absolutely be taking this with this change. I think this is a very good change because I really didn't like this before then. This is actually funny. Dazzling Display, I thought forever that this was flat damage because it says flat damage, 25 less damage. But it is percent, which is just kind of funny that I didn't actually know the entire time that this was this way, but it's actually percent damage. Wait, they're nerfing Dazzling Display? What? I don't think this augment is very good. I mean, this augment's great if you get to a Gwen, and aside from that, it's not very good. I guess the stats said it was good. I mean, this is a nerf to Sorks again, man. What's going on? I guess Riot's data must have said that Sorks were like broken because Sorks is being taken out back, man. This is the Wraith one. Yeah, I think this can be buffed. Diamond Hands being removed. I think this is good. This was the Crystal Gamma one that's just unplayable. Game Plan. This is the Strats one, it must be. Is that what this is? Game. I misspelled it. Game. Yeah, this is the Strats one. Wait, this is being nerfed? I've never taken this. I'm kind of surprised. Huh. I've never taken this. I'm surprised this is getting nerfed as well. Mundo one being buffed is good. Howling Gale being buffed is good. Isekai no longer running a Hodge is good. It's kind of awkward that you just never take the like the Sorks version is broken, the Stratus version is broken, the Prodigy one you just almost never take, just because of how Karma interacts with Echo, where you can have Karma cast and then Echo can freeze the entire board while Karma's cast is just hitting everybody. I kind of wish they would just get rid of the Prodigy version. It's just because Yumi just doesn't like her spell just doesn't last as long, really, in general. Schoolyard Justice stat mod 0.8 AS, 0.6 AS, and 30% attack speed. What is this? Schoolyard Justice Garen stat mod. He was getting 0.8 AS, now he's getting 0.6 AS and 30% AS. This one just confuses me, honestly. How does I mean, a 30% increase on 0.6 is 0.6 is 10, so it's 0.78 with 30% attack speed on top of it. Oh, and then this makes future attack speed worse on him. Oh, that's like really ingenious, actually. So this is basically power level neutral until you build attack speed onto him, and then it's actually a big nerf. So this is to try to nerf Gwynsu's Rage Blade on him pretty significantly. That's a very cool, it's an elegant way of nerfing it. Okay, I think this is good. I mean, I think this needs a nerf. Starfall being buffed, yeah, I think this is good. And then in a similar way, this is also making her scale worse with attack speed, because I think people kind of realize that you do need to attack speed to her to work. So this is supposed to be kind of like buffing it up a little bit, but also making it scale worse with AS. Okay. Sunfire board buff, good. Malphite, similar thing. So they're just trying to get Gwynsu's away from the champion augments. Okay. Yeah, okay. Rage Blade, less of dominant item should open up other build paths. Okay, I think this is smart. Tiny team bonus, good. I've never clicked this. Tournament favorites, sure. Items, all right. Blue buff. Really? I thought this item was fine already. Premier Ranagen. I mean, it's just a straight up buff to blue buff. It should be quite good now onto units. I mean, my the super genius blue buff Yumi just got even better. So yeah. Gwynsu's nerf, probably necessary. Spear of Children AD nerf, yuck. Okay. I feel like Children was fine. I'm not really happy that they're nerfing this. Well, I do like that they are buffing up Radiant Adaptive, yeah. Buffing, this is the worst Radiant item in the game, so I like this. Radiant Blue buff being brought down a little bit, I like this. Radiant Edge of Night actually having an effect now instead of just like kind of useless stats. This is very good. Radiant Gwynsu being nerfed, very, very good. Very, very necessary. I think these are great Radiant changes. I think these are great. All right, artifacts. Flicker Blade, pretty big nerf. I like it. Mana Zane no longer banks mana and grants all of it after the second cast. Instead, it will pause the mana regen timer and start it when the champion is not mana locked. Huh. Interesting. No longer banks mana and grants all of it after the second cast. Instead, it will pause the mana regen timer and start it when the champion is not mana locked. I don't really know what this does, to be honest. I mean, this is like a change to make it like work better, but I don't actually completely get what this does. So I'll have to see what this looks like in game. Seeker's Armguard AP buff, good. Silvermere Dawn no longer converts 1% damage taken to mana. Isn't this untakeable now? So like the way that it works now, is you get no attack speed, but you convert 1% damage taken into mana. So, you know, if you take a 1,000 damage, you're gaining 10 mana, which is like not insignificant. They're getting rid of that. So now every 1,000 damage you take, you're getting 0 mana. I guess no, I mean, this seems like a huge nerf. And they buffed up the resists a little bit to compensate. Maybe this isn't unplayable, but this seems like an insanely huge nerf to me. For a very broken item, to be fair. So maybe it had to come out. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, like my thought is like nerf this to like 0.5 or something. And then maybe like nerf the resist a little bit as well. But okay. I mean, this is compensation buff for it, but I can't imagine you'll be excited about taking Silvermere Dawn after this. I feel like it's going to be very mid, if not bad. Okay, power-ups. Adaptive skin buff, good. Artistico nerf, good. Best defense, good. Bludgeoner, good. Yeah, this is one of the weaker ones. Caretaker. Those people out there, I gotta do a Caretaker. Gotta do a Caretaker Kog'Maw comp. Like if this comp was playable prior to this, it's like broken now, right? So I gotta do a Caretaker Kog'Maw VOD. Colossal nerf, absolutely necessary. Big nerfs to Colossal, so the cap of that comp gets hit pretty hard, but I think this is absolutely necessary. Essence Share, slight buff, good. Efficient mana reduction, slight nerf, good. Fairy Tale damage. Another, because Fairy Tale is the other one that you would, oh my goodness. She's all, oh, look at her, how cute. She's all curled up. So curled up on top of the little, oh, look at her. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay. Maybe I should get another, oh, you're so cute. Maybe I should just set up my cam to be right there. Yeah, this is the other one that people said is quite good on Kog'Maw, where you just cast, get a bunch of fairies. Interesting. Fan service. And fan service will always be offered the player already as fan service. Ooh, all right. 20 out of 20 Zyra Khan reroll. I mean, I'm down to try it out. It's probably quite good now. Hat trick nerf. This one's okay. I really haven't seen people succeed with this that much, but when I have seen people succeed with it, they have done crazy. Files missile on attack rather than on hit. Okay, that's cool. Ice Bender splash damage, a little bit of buff. This is the Rise one. Sure. Max Arcana slight buff, max speed. Sure. Max Vitality, pretty significant buff. An extra 5 HP per combat and an extra 2 per 10 seconds. Maybe you're actually excited about taking this now. Who actually can get Max Vitality? Because I've never taken it. But I know Malphite can get it, but who else can get it? Max Vitality. Oh, a lot of units. I mean, you want to play this in like a reroll line. You'd want to like throw this onto like Dr. Mundo. And then at like, you know, early game and then get to like, or like Xin Zhao early. Honestly, Xin Zhao Lux reroll, you fish for max vitality. Could be something. Keep an eye on it. Needlework, slight nerf, good. Not done yet, bonus HP, slight nerf, good. A pretty big nerf, actually good. Ordinary, I have never seen somebody actually play this, but I mean, I'm happy it's getting buffed. Over 9k, mana regen is less common and no longer works on PvE. Yikes. That's a huge nerf. I wonder if you're just back to never taking this. I think the answer is probably yes. I'm not excited to take over 9k anymore, I think. I mean, back when it didn't work on PvE, it was like horrible. They buffed it to work on PvE because it was basically untakeable. And now they've also nerfed the mana regen portion of it. So yeah, I'll probably never take this now. Precision, nerf, good. Good. Pursuit, slight buff, good. Resistant, slight nerf. Was it really that good? I thought it was like perfect. Like perfectly balanced, but okay. I don't care about this. Round 2, nerf. I thought this one was quite good. Is there a unstoppable? Okay, yeah, I was about to say, is there an unstoppable nerf? Shadow Clone nerf as well. Wow, okay. They're doing a good job of balancing these, actually. I think they've hit like all of the really standout ones. Okay, and unstoppable big nerf. I can't be as much of an unstoppable merchant. I mean, I'm still going to take it. I'm still going to take it, honestly. It's still good. Oh my god, this is such a long patch. Prismatic quest augments will now only appear when the augment rarities allow for all 3 augments to appear. Oh. If you take the first one, I'll be legs will be off for the rest of them. I'm so happy they're making that change because it was so awkward to take the first one then like not get the other ones. So that's really cool. I'll be the arms. Oh, but they're nerfing it pretty precipitously to try to make it harder to get there. Okay. Star Guardian. They're making this easier? I feel like this was already one of the easier ones to hit. Okay, I do think they definitely needed to do this. This one was like almost impossible. I got this one time in like a Scuttle Puddle lobby that I made it to like stage 7. But aside from that, like, yeah. I don't think this needs to be easier. Especially with buffs to Star Guardian already. Okay. Ari, 3 buffs. I mean, I don't think RE3 was a problem, but the Star Guardian is getting everything, man. Viego, 3 buffs as well. I think this is good. He's kind of underperforming. Poppy, 3-star. Oh, this is all 3-star. I don't care. And then bug fixes. Okay. This video is already 30 minutes. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. I will do some VODs on next patch tomorrow. All right. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch meta file and the links down below. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay. I got to do the outro.